Hey guys, it's Erin. How you doing? Today we're going to be doing a look of a, just kind of a rosy look. And I'm going to be using 3 different palettes to do it. So, the first one is going to be the CoverGirl True Naked Roses palette. You guys have seen me use this several times now. But you get all these beautiful shades. Sadly, you don't get a mirror with it, but hey, that's why we have them. The next one we're going to use is the Blushes Nudes from Maybelline New York. Now I know this one's old, but it's still being sold. So you go ahead and have these different shades. They are a little hard to work with, so I'm going to be using my fingers when I go into this guy. And then my favorite, it's the e.l.f. Nude Rose Gold. It does come with a mirror, but it comes with these beautiful colors in it. I do want to get the second one that came out. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it so much. So, if you see me looking downward, it's because I'm looking in my mirror here that I just got recently and has been so helpful. And then the lipstick that we're going to use is the L'Oreal Paris 590 Blushing Berry. So it looks like that. Very beautiful color. So, and it smells so good. It smells like those little samples that you would get when you were a kid. Oh, so good. So many memories. As you can probably tell, I did my brows, I did my foundation and concealer and primer and everything, so that you wouldn't have to sit there and watch me do it over and over and over. Because y'all have seen that by now. And the lipstick that I'm most likely going to pick is the e.l.f. Matte Lip Color pen right here. It is the pen that you can sharpen. It's like a liner plus lipstick, so it looks a lot like that. I thought it would go well with what we're doing as a theme. And if you're ever wondering what color it actually looks like, look at the bottom here, and the bottom comes out. You have a little hole right there. This is a little sharpener in case you want to make it a finer point. Personally, I think you lose product when you do that, so just go side and side until it sharpens naturally on its own. I also have 2 Malibu Glitz blushes here. They're the rose. They're the rose patterned blushes, so we're going to be using those today in honor of that. I do have some illuminating covers. I have this from e.l.f., which is a blush and bronze situation. This one is called Fiji in matte form, because you can't get them as a cream. So I might be using a little bit of this today. Maybe even on the eyes itself. I haven't figured that out yet, but we're gonna stick primarily with the roses. So let's go ahead and get into this before I keep talking and won't shut up. Alright, so as I said, we're gonna go into this palette first, the CoverGirl Roses True Naked palette. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a brush here, just so that I have a good one to work with. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. They don't really have creative names for these. They just don't. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a transition shade all over the lid. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I'll zoom you in a little bit so that you can sort of see what's going on without it going too much out of focus. So again, we're going to go in here first and take this brush, and you just want to get a good amount of product on there. So go ahead and pat it on your lid. Now I like taking this one all the way to the brow bone, and I do end up doing one eye at a time. So let's go back into that shade. Just dab it onto the brush. And you can already see pigment forming. So just go ahead and keep going. Now I put enough on here to get to the brow bone. I don't know how people do it where they have their camera like far away from their face but you can still see what they're doing. Like I don't get it. So we're gonna move it a little bit like that. If you're wondering, yes, I did my brows as well. Alright, so that's a pretty nice transition shade. I'm gonna go in with the same color, or sorry, the same brush, and go in on this color, which is a darker form of the color we just used. Now I like to put this all over just the lid, not up to the brow bone. Just pat it on. Okay, and yes, I did prime. I'll show you everything that I did. After we get the video done, I'll point out the products. So now that that is set, we're going to go ahead and close this momentarily. Now we're going to go into the Blush Nudes by Maybelline. And I remember I told you that it's going to be mostly fingers on this one. This is what it looks like right here. But I'm going to challenge this palette a bit, and I'm going to see if it will work on a brush. So I kind of want to work on the same brush that I've been using. So it doesn't have a mirror, so you do have to compensate for that. I'm going to go ahead and use a slightly lighter shade. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Same brush. And I'm going to try to gather as much product as I can. Tap off any excess and pat all over the lid. Do it again and just build, build, and build. I have that song Shape of You by Ed Sheeran stuck in my head. Like, it is so bad that it's stuck in my head. Oh, it's like, dude, I don't know. Alright, so the next one I want to go into, and yes, we can use the same brush, is I'm going to go into this shade right here. And if it doesn't work with the brush, then yes, obviously we'll go in with our finger. Don't worry about that. Mine is all jacked up. Alright, so here we go. There's a lot of blotting and patting going on, I know. Now I'm going to go across here and rub it into the crease. Alright, get a little more for this crease here. Alright, so this is so far a soft pink situation. I am going to retire this brush. You're probably like, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and go in with, and this is an AOA Studio brush. It's an AOA Studio Pink E128. It looks like it got used. Just rub it on our skin a little bit to get that excess pigment out of there. Now, I do want to go ahead and go in a little bit with this gold right here. And we're going to see how this goes. So it is a fluff, but we're going to see how this goes. And I just want to sort of put a little bit of it into the crease here, which you don't have to do. If you're not digging the gold situation, that's fine. I am so sorry that my posture is so crappy. So we're going to go ahead and let that be the last thing so far in that palette. And I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Nude Rose Gold palette now. And I'm going to use the same brush, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this shade right here, right? Yes? No? I meant this shade. I'm going to take this shade and put it all in the crease. Just all in that crease. There we go. And when it comes to the crease, I like to fluff it up a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. And fluff it in. Okay, and fluff in again. And then I'm going to take a little bit, and this will be on my finger, and I'm going to take a little bit of that gold right here, and sorry that my lighting is crap. I'm going to take a little bit of that gold and put it directly in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to take the same brush, I'm going to go into this pink, and grab on a little bit more of the pink. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave that be. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in a little bit of a highlight. So I'm actually going to use an AOA Studio Wonder Baked eyeshadow in the shade Rhubarb. And it looks like this. So I'm going to take a little bit, I'm going to take my middle finger, move it around a little bit, and highlight the brow with Rhubarb. And my dog needs out, so hold on one second. Okay, hey, back. Sorry, a lot of interruption. Alright, so I went in with a little bit of Rhubarb here, and I'm going to zoom in just so you see a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend everything in. So I'm going to take, it's another AOA Studio Pink, and it's in E127. So it is a fluff brush. Make sure that if it is a little stained, that you can, little trick here is you can just rub it off on your wrist. So I'm going to just blend the heck out of Rhubarb. Alright. Now I want to add a little more, to be honest, because I love pink. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and load my finger up again and just really bring it in really well here. Now I am going to go back into one of the palettes. I'm going to go into the Roses by CoverGirl palette, and I want to actually highlight the bone further. So I'm going to go ahead and take, this is a ColourPop brush. It is a packer brush. So I'm going to go ahead and add, actually we're not going to use a packer brush because that will go crazy. So we're going to go ahead and use this brush that we used earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and go into this last shade here. I'm going to dip a little bit, knock off the excess, fluff into the crease again, and just warm up the eyes a little bit, just so that we have that moment. I am so sorry about my posture. Alright, so we are there. Now I'm going to do a little sculpting of my lower lash line. So I'm going to take this itty bitty AOA Studio brush in E124, I think it is. And then I'm going to use the same color, dab it in gently, knock off the excess. And there you go. Alright, so that is done. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of liner. Where is my liner? Here it is. No, that is not my liner. Well, you know what? We don't have to do liner today because we did so much already. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have liner right now, which is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with a little mascara. And this is the Great Lash by Maybelline in Black is Black. So we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a brush here. And we're just going to sweep some fallout away. And voila, it is gone. So I'm going to go ahead with the mascara. Here we go. Make sure to get the bottom lashes. Dump it in one more time. Wipe off the excess. Alright, so there is the mascara. Now we're going to go into a little bit of blush. Now I picked up 2 Malibu Glitz blushes. One is in number 1 Rosy Flush, so it looks like this. Has that little pattern there. And the other one is number 4 Pink Coral. So let me open that one for you, if my nail will let me. And this is what the other one looks like. I think I'm going to go more on this route. You know, even though the other one's nice and subtle. Okay, we'll use a nice and subtle one for this. So, open this puppy up. And, anybody got a blush? So this right here is an e.l.f. blush brush. So I'm going to go ahead and tap some blush on here. And just go to town a little bit. Okay. Alright, so those are done. So now, what we've been waiting for, the highlighter. Alright, so let me get some, oh, here's the highlighter right here, and it matches the theme today. Oh! Alright, so I'm going to put this back, and find my highlighting brush. This is an e.l.f. highlighting brush. We're going to go into the e.l.f. Pink Diamonds Baked Highlighter, as well as a little bit of the AOA Studio. So we're just going to pack on some highlight here. Just pack it over the blush. And then we're going to go into a little of the AOA Studio Wonder Baked Highlighter in the shade Fresa. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Going to use the highlighting brush. Pick up some product like this. And go straight in like that. It even adds a little bit of pigment. And then you can do this right here. A little bit of this right here. All moments. So we cover that up. Now we also have a little going on at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and put on a little bit of lipstick. So we can either use this one, which I'm feeling, or this one, but you know what? We're going in. So I'm going to take, oh, and if you're wondering what the shade is, it's Dash of Pink. You roll that puppy up, and I'll try to do this where y'all can see. So here we go. Okay, so that's what this looks like. Now, I did have a lipstick around here somewhere that looked exactly like this one that I think would go perfect on top. So, let's try to find it, shall we? So it's not in there, so it must be in here. You enjoy that close-up? Alright, well, it appears it made a mad dash for somewhere else, so that's fine. But definitely, this is a very good look all on its own. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you out a little bit. So this is kind of what we're looking at. I definitely love the look today. I think it turned out really well. I will go ahead and I will finally write stuff in the description box. If you have anything that you need to say, comments, questions, or concerns, please do so in the comments section. Do not be rude. If you put constructive criticism on there, great. If you put destructive criticism, I'm not going to show your comment. Just simple as that. Alright guys, I don't want to see negativity because I don't want to see other people getting negative or feeling negative. That is not okay because of what you just said, okay? So, back to the real thing. If you guys like what you saw today, please hit the subscribe button and a little bell is going to pop up. Click that bell and it'll notify you every time I post a new video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and that you come back again. Alright guys, thank you so much and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.